What's going on, YouTube? So we're going to talk about being humble. And the reason why I say being humble and showing that little modesty is because it's important. It really is important. But it's been times where me being a little bit too humble and not really showing my assertiveness and my confidence, really, what it boiled down to, ended up with me not getting the position that I was going for. But I'm going to explain all of that. Let's get into the video. So first off, man, being humble is great. Like I was in different boards and different situations where I had to dress up, and it was a table in front of me, and behind that table were like maybe 3 or 4 guys, and they had to interview me based off the paperwork that I submitted to them. So I thought because I gave them that paperwork, right, that I needed to just be humble. You know what I'm saying? They say, hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. What did you do? You know what I'm saying? I did a few things here and there. I got some experience here and there. And long story short, I didn't get the job because he felt like I didn't expound my resume enough. You know what I'm saying? But I thought what was on the paper was good enough, but it wasn't the case. But on the flip side of that, literally on the very next year, no kidding, the very next year, I went into that same board with the same amount of people, and I got the job because I expounded on my resume. And then they pulled me aside and say, you know what I'm saying, I wish you showed a little bit more humility. That'll be my only little tick on you, you know what I'm saying? I wish you did that. And I'm like, show a little bit more humility. Like when I showed humility, they take that as lack of confidence. But when you show too much humility, they take that as arrogance. So the reason why I brought this topic up is because we work so hard to get to where we're at. But every time you meet somebody new, they don't know what you did to get to where you at. So they really don't know you, or they don't know your resume. And so you got to speak up for yourself, because if you don't, especially in my situation, you know what I'm saying, your situation might be totally different. Because if you don't speak up for yourself, then people kind of look at you like you didn't do as much, or you didn't do, you know what I'm saying? Because not all the time will your actions equate into words. Not all the time will people see the actions that you do, they'll be like, oh yeah, you're great. And if they do see your actions, that junk be like maybe 10 years down the line, and then by then you already done transferred to another job. So the moral of this is pretty much like, if you got a loud personality. If you don't know what a loud personality is, ask somebody what's a loud personality, and they'll tell you. If you have a loud personality, people might say you need to be a little bit more humble, or you need to be a little bit more modest. I'll say this: read the room. The only reason why I say read the room is because you kind of got to play the game, especially in this military life and the civilian life, especially on these different jobs and these corporations. You got to play the game, because some people, they want to see you to have that enthusiasm and that confidence, especially depending on what company you're working for. I just say read the room, because a loud personality, it's really not that hard for you to be like, you know what? This is where they at, and this is where I need to be, and I meet them somewhere in between. Now, I also, in my experience, it's harder to teach somebody how to have more confidence, right, than the toned down confidence. So if you don't have enough confidence, I'm gonna tell you this: read the room. When you start to go for these different jobs and these different interviews, you got to look at who's judging you and see how they are. If they are a modest person, then likely they like to see modesty. If they not, then, you know what I'm saying, obviously they want you to be confident, not arrogant, you know what I'm saying, but know what you're talking about and be confident and speak powerful. But yeah, YouTube, man, that's all I had to say today, man. Just that humbleness, it kind of throws me off a little bit, but in my situation, I just had to learn just to be me. You know what I'm saying? Don't make the room, don't try to fit yourself to the room. You know what I'm saying? The room is gonna fit you. And if you're too big for the room, then you just gotta find another room. Don't be big and go into a small room and think you gotta be small with them. I'm not telling you to blend in, because if you're a lion, you're a lion. You don't belong with the zebras. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully that made sense, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.